So what is Yoga Nidra? I talk about it a lot on the social medias and it's all over my website. It's a cornerstone of almost all my offerings, whether it's one-on-one coaching and personal growth and development or with the workshops and courses. It's definitely a foundation, and a lot of the concepts behind it are part of those foundations. There's so much to talk about when it comes to Yoga Nidra, so I'm going to be doing separate videos for more specific topics like stress and anxiety or weight loss or anti-aging components. This will just be a brief overview. It actually translates to yogic sleep. So yoga and then the nidra is the sleep part. One of my teachers says that it's meditation made easy. And why is it meditation made easy? Well, think about sleep. Hopefully, some people have troubles falling asleep, but at some point we're all gonna fall asleep. Yoga Nidra uses that biological process of sleep or falling asleep to guide us into our meditation. So you're dropping into these slower brain waves that move into restorative and regenerative states for the body and for the brain. So they're using that process to drop into that space. I don't know about you, but when I sit down to meditate and just, come back to my breath or sit and observe, there is so much chatter going on. And that's what's really unique about Yoga Nidra, is it really uses this process to move you away from the chatter, the loudness, the distractions. And the awesome thing is, even if you feel like you didn't do it right, well, there's no wrong way to do it first. But second, even if you felt I was awake, my mind was going that whole time, you will still get the benefits. Same goes for if you take it and you fall asleep or you think you fall asleep. Your ears are still open and still hearing the practice. So you, again, are absorbing the potency of it. I also like to call it conscious sleep because we are moving into the levels of unconscious, right? Like deep sleep, brainwave states, but with awareness. So we don't actually ever access that typically with awareness because when we're asleep, we're lights out, right? Knocked out. So this is a practice where you get to go to those levels of lower theta, upper delta, and have awareness in that space. It's super cool. How I have found the practice benefiting myself is really just how I experience my days. A typical just seated active meditation is really excellent for kind of directing the mind or redirecting the mind. However, when I started practicing Yoga Nidra regularly, I actually didn't need to use that redirect of the mind or controlling the mind because the effects of it were just, I was floating through my days. Not in a disconnected, apathetic way, but in a way that those typical triggers or the crazy fluctuations that we just experience naturally were no longer driving my actions. I actually make choices from a place of me, of really just deeper desires versus kind of these trained ways of our past. So it's a way to clear out the past and move forward in a way that best serves you. And like I said, I'll go into specific benefits, but overall, what this helps with stress, so many disease or illnesses are either onset by stress or exacerbated by stress. So we start to reduce that, we'll start to see some healing and some other things that are coming up with us. Again, mentally or physically. Helps with anxiety, depression. It helps with weight loss, anti-aging, insomnia, or just trouble sleeping, addiction, habits. I see it with athletic performance and my physical recovery after really big days in the mountains. And just managing, right? Managing all the emotions that we experience. So those are just a few of the benefits. How? That's for another video, but a little kind of taster is it balances out all of these hormones in our brain. So when and I'm not discouraging you if you need to take some type of medication for anything that you're experiencing. I'm not a doctor, trust your physicians, but maybe use this as an adjunct therapy or an adjunct to whatever you're taking. So a lot of those medications will suppress or release certain hormones and chemicals in our brain. Yoga Nidra does all of that. So it's going to release more GABA, melatonin, serotonin, DHEA, and then it suppresses cortisol. So cortisol is not a bad thing, but too much of it all the time can be pretty detrimental to our health. So those are a few of the little tidbits about it, and look forward to more videos diving into specifics. If there is something you want to hear about, I would love to share that, so let me know. Thank you.